After 4 years of work and preparation, we left our home port in Carnarvon earlier this year, and we've sailed almost 500 miles around the entire coast of Wales, the whole way up the Bristol Channel, the entire way around the coast of Cornwall and around Land's End to reach the Helford River, where you find us now enjoying life at anchor. Well, look at this. We are in the Helford River and it's stunning here. It is stunning. We're making our way up to Portland. That's our next kind of marina that we're sort of aiming for, and that's still another 130 miles away, but we're in no rush. We are deliberately not interested in pressing on and doing, well, we could split that 130 miles into two 70-mile legs or whatever. Don't want to do that. We want to enjoy the Helford River for a few days, and then enjoy the rest of the journey. And it's a good job we do, because the last few days sailing have been pretty rough, and there's, you know, it's highlighted issues, stuff that's not broken but needs looking at. One issue is the alternator isn't charging the starter battery, which means it's not powering the DC-DC, which means it's not charging the house bank. So when we got in yesterday, or when Melissa and the others got in yesterday, the house bank was down because the autopilot runs off the house bank. I might change that so that it runs off the starter bank. So I've got to debug all the gremlins in the alternator system, because that's obviously quite important to get that sorted. That's going to be my first job, and to gain access to that, I've got to empty the cockpit locker again. And in the meantime, Melissa's going to be sorting out clothes. Our forepeak hatch doesn't latch, it doesn't seal properly, so a lot of stuff in the forepeak got wet.
Everything
in the forepeak.
Everything got soaked. All the clean washing.
Yeah.
All the clean clothes. Yeah. So that's my job. Well,
Melissa's job. What
I can play on the foredeck.
That's it.
With one shoe on.
So I'm going to go and empty the cockpit locker. This all needs a good bit of TLC really. That's the back of the alternator. This is the starter motor and its solenoid. That's dodgy. So all of these connections really just need looking at and making good. Now that's loose. It's got a little break in the plastic. I'm going to change all of these wires, all of these connections, going to make them with better ones. But see this? That's the positive out of the alternator, goes into this thing, and look, it is broken here. I think I've fixed it. So here now, we've now got 14 volts now going into there.
After a pretty epic day sailing, we are just sorting out all the problems. Proper, real good shakedown sail today. So the other day when we were rafted, somebody walked over our forepeak hatch when it was in the down position, but like enough to let a bit of air in. So when the latches was on, and it snapped the latches off here. So unfortunately today we had the dinghy lashed over the hatch, but everything in the forepeak in my and Andy's bedroom is absolutely soaked. I had a bag full of clean washing in there that I had washed. I'd paid to wash and dry in the laundrette, and it is just covered in salt water, and yeah, it's massive. But it's all good. I've just got all these clothes. I'm going to have to hand wash them because we're not planning on going into a marina for a few days. And luckily the I put waterproof mattresses on the all the beds in the boat just in case any seawater gets in. So I've stripped those off and I've managed to put clean bedding on, so we'll have a dry bed to sleep in tonight at least. But a beautiful place to do it. The rain has gone for now and we have picked up a buoy for the night. Only for the night. Hopefully we'll be moving on to anchor tomorrow because the buoys are really expensive in the river. But it's beautiful. Yeah, salty hair, but I don't care. I've had a fun day. Are you helping me make the bed? Are you helping me make the bed? You're not really. So we're going for a little explore up the
Helford River.
Up the Helford River. I would get it the wrong way. And we're going to have a look to see if there's somewhere that we can drop anchor and get off this mooring buoy.
Here's the facts. It's a fantastic river and the moorings are brilliant, but it's £30 a night for our boat on a mooring ball with no water, no electric, and no, you can't use the pontoon. You go ashore in your dinghy on the beach. And me personally, I think that's extortionate. I have no objection to paying for a mooring ball, but I think if you're going to charge £30 a night, there needs to be more than just a ball. You've got to have toilets and you've got to have some facilities to justify the £30 a night. So that's my personal feeling. So we're going to go slightly further up the river and drop anchor.
But we are on the south coast and we mustn't whinge because we get told off for whinging. But it is beautiful and it's been, you know, it's been really nice being on a buoy, especially last night. I was happy to pay the £30 when it was quite windy.
Nana, 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 Nana. You've already had a banana today, Ollie. Nana. Wait, that means doing after. Oh, nice.
You can also get a water taxi from your boat. How far ashore is it?
300 yards,
about
400 yards.
Yeah, about 400 yards to the shore, and that's £5 per person to get the water taxi across. But it said that if there's 10 of you, he'd charge you less. There's no like. It's fun, Ollie.
We'll go back along that tree line. See if we can get into the shelter of those trees. Right, jump in. You can actually sit facing forwards if you want, Jack.
Yeah. We're just going to go up to the mouth of the river. Is it a river or an estuary here?
Oh, it's the estuary of the river.
The estuary of the river.
This is the estuary of the...
And
yeah,
then
it's the mouth of the river. It's the River Helford, yeah.
The River Helford. Yeah, so we're going to go up to the mouth of the river and see what the anchorages are like up there. So today it's my turn to do a stint in the engine bay. Mostly so I can learn a bit more about it, but our engine seems to not be running. It's starting, but there seems to be a problem with fuel, whether there's air escaping out of the system or fuel not getting in properly, I'm not sure. So Andy's drawn me a diagram, he's looking after Ollie, and I'm just going to systematically go through all the connections, remove the filters and hopefully find out why it won't continue running. Because we're currently on a mooring ball and we want to move to anchor because it costs £30 a night on this mooring ball, but we're not going to move to anchor while we haven't got a running engine, because that would be silly. Right, so if I take this fuel filter off, fuel will come out, is that right?
You need a bucket underneath it probably.
Yeah. So the engine is running, which is more than it was doing before. Before it was starting and then the fuel was draining out the system and then it would stop. But it's been running now for 5 minutes. And so we can leave it running for a bit. I've changed the filters. I think the issue was the primer bowl was leaking air and fuel. So I've taken that out of the system. We put it in because lots of people said to put it in, but we've taken it out and pumped fuel back around the system, and the engine has started. The test will be when we stop the engine in a bit, leave it for half an hour, will it start again, or will the fuel have drained? But I can't see anywhere else that the fuel was getting out of the system, so fingers crossed. I think I've fixed an engine. But we'll see. I've learned how to change the fuel filters and a bit more about how it works, so that's handy.
So having scoped out the anchorages up that way and out that way, we've decided to move up and park ourselves under that little tree covered bank, which I think is going to look really nicely protected for the night.
Well, this is beautiful. We are now anchored a bit further down the Helford River, and it's stunning and a lot quieter than where we were in the mooring buoys and on the plus side, it's free. And what I'd really like to do is stay here for a week. However, tomorrow we've got to leave early to head to Falmouth because we're going to a very good friend of mine's wedding. So we're actually going to have to leave the boat. Tim's going to come aboard and keep an eye on her.
Dad and I are trying to catch a fish, and we're just currently watching this dinghy race happening in the background.
Look, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. They're all on boats, look. Sailing, sailing boats. Oh, Jack, dinner's ready. Absolutely stunning out here this morning. We kind of wish we could stay here another week in the river Helford, but we can't because we've got a wedding to go to on Monday. So we've got a hire car to pick up. I think Tim's going to look after the boat for us. So we're moving this morning around from Helford River into the Fal. Because it's more convenient for Tim, who's looking after the boat while we're away. Yeah, so that's the plan this morning, but it is like a flipping mill pond out here. There's just a few boats anchored. It's completely silent and flat and beautiful, and this is the life I like. I'm not really so much for the heavy weather sailing, as you may have noticed. I'm not doing this to have an adrenaline kick. I'm not doing this to find the limit and push myself to the edge. I'm doing this to enjoy myself, and this is what I enjoy, these beautiful, still, peaceful, calm mornings where it's just tranquil and gorgeous. Can't do anything until I've got the
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. So we're looking, make sure the chain is just, we're not dragging it basically, it's not actually. Keep going. we've made the decision to go into Falmouth Yacht Haven.
Yeah.
We need to pre-provision, fill up our water tanks, plug in for a bit and do some things, and obviously we're leaving the boat for a few days. So Tim's going to come and look after the boat, but we've found out that you can't leave the boat at anchor only for an hour where we were going to anchor. And
it's always a bit of a worry leaving a boat at anchor and going away, even if you've got somebody else looking after it. It's always a bit of a okay, but also we need to charge up because we've got loads of solar, we've got the DC, but with the amount of grey skies that we've got in the UK,
yeah,
we're only getting
five days. 5 days,
yeah.
And then we could be fine. We could be fine for more than a week if we were really
careful with it.
Careful, but yes, we're coming in pre-provision. Fuel. We need fuel.
Yeah, fuel. We need diesel. We need water, and we need a lecky.
Yeah, and Monday night is meant to be quite windy, so we'll be happier leaving the boat knowing.
That's it. Monday night's predicted 40 knots, so be nicer if it's in a marina.
So yeah, so that's the change of plan. Not, but after that we'll go probably anchor in the river bow and shoot around.
Or back to the Helford. I really like the Helford. Yeah. We didn't get to see it much.
Falmouth Haven, this is sailing out Ocean Melody. Stephen?
On the outside, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that mast is on the boat behind. What? Yeah?
Yeah, I said yeah. That one on the other side. Oh, wait, what?
That one. I think this river is in that gap. Yeah, they've got a centre fleet, so here you go. Centre fleet. Just through the gate, just to hold us steady. Hello.
Fine.
Yes, please.
Well, I've got an almost centre cleat here.
Yeah. That'll do. We can equalise everything afterwards. When you put yourself on YouTube, you open yourself up to the YouTube comments section, and we get all manner of comments, and most of them are absolutely lovely. You guys are fantastic. We love you all. But we do get the odd really hilariously weird and wonderful and personal comments. One of the best ones that I had recently was that I need to shave my beard off because apparently it harbours lots of negativity. And I'm carrying lots of negativity in my beard, which made me spit my tea out laughing when I read that one. I am now going to shave my beard off, but not because of your silly comment about the negativity in my beard. I'm sorry, I'm just done with the beard. So I'm going to get rid of it, and it'll be interesting to see Ollie's reaction because I'm gonna go in the bathroom with the beard and come out without a beard. We'll see what happens. So are you ready for this? This is the beard removal. 3, 2, 1. Here you go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Right. Let's go and see what Ollie makes of it. Ready, steady, peekaboo. Hello. Not phased at all. Hi.
Steady done to his face.
Hi. Come and give me a cuddle. Give me a kiss.
Good boy. Does Daddy look funny?
What do you think? Better?
Yes.
You prefer it?
Yes.
Okay.
I like the beard, but you look younger.
Do I?
Yeah.